100 MPs have backed a letter urging the government to reach the right decision for WASPy campaigners. It relates to women born in the 1950s whose state pension age was raised to match men's. In November, ministers announced they're reconsidering a decision not to compensate those affected. And the Work and Pensions Secretary, Pat McFadden, is being urged to give an update on plans by the 2nd of March. Let's speak to Angela Madden, who's chair of the WASPy campaign. And first of all, thanks for joining me and tell me about this letter.
Well, how it's come about is we started on the 1st of January on our own strategy to send 1 million emails to MPs from everyone, not just WASPy women. We've asked the unions to help us. We've got our families helping us. We've asked our younger supporters to help us. So, of course, all the MPs are now getting hundreds of letters from their constituents because, of course, we know that constituents are the only ones who can really motivate MPs to move and do something. So that's what sort of gave Steve Darling the idea of sending a letter signed by several MPs, and he's done really well because it's fairly cross-party. You know, I think there are 15 backbench Labour on that list, aren't there? Which is great. So what we're trying to do is just impress upon the government how many people want us to get compensation.
And you're worried about this deadline or this date of March the 2nd?
Well, we're working towards that because, of course, the government in December last year put out a report saying that they agreed there'd been maladministration, but they didn't agree with the Ombudsman's view that maladministration caused injustice and warranted compensation, which we were flabbergasted about. And we thought, well, the Ombudsman is an honest broker. He actually is paid by the government. The office, is paid by the government. So the Ombudsman's office is their watchdog. And to let them do a 6-year investigation looking into all the evidence, not just an odd report or two, but all the evidence, and then not accept the outcome is surprising, to say the least.
And a DWP spokesperson said last month we committed to retake the decision, and as we set out, we will do this within the 3-month period. This should not be taken as an indication that government will necessarily decide that it should award financial compensation.
Yes, and of course that's the bit, and it shouldn't be. It should be an open, fresh look at all the evidence, because of course the report that they didn't use last time when they made the decision was from a report which told the DWP at that time that not enough women knew about their state pension age, and they should. It wasn't us that made the decision or the Ombudsman that made the decision about sending letters. It was the DWP themselves at that time. And they said they should send letters out. They chose not to for another at least 2 years, before they started doing anything about it. And their email at the time that the Ombudsman saw said we could have these letters out by December 2006.
What about the government saying that it could cost the taxpayer £10.5 billion and it's not justified?
Well, it's a very odd thing to say about a saving that they made by taking money out of the pockets of senior citizens. They saved £180 billion.
Right.
So actually paying back 10 billion of that doesn't look quite so good, quite so big, does it? Because if they'd got it right, they wouldn't even have to think about paying anything back. They wouldn't even have to think about paying us. But they shouldn't be allowed to ride roughshod over the very people who actually pay their taxes, paid their national insurance for all those years, did everything they were supposed to do, and then only got 2 years' notice of a massive increase to their state pension age.
Are we seeing what we've seen in other cases, whether it's the infected blood scandal, what happened to the Hillsborough families, where there appears to be biding time, seems to be, I mean, to put it crudely, is it a strategy to delay and delay and delay?
Yes, well, that seems to be the case. Pat McFadden is new to this job. Pat McFadden is a sincere man. Pat McFadden used to support, WASPy women in his constituency. He has said he is going to take a fresh look at it using all the evidence. If he looks at all the evidence with a completely open mind, he should come to the same decision that his watchdog did, taking 6 years over the, detailed investigation. They shouldn't really redo an investigation and try and change the results. What they should do is look at the evidence and say, on the evidence, has this institution got this right?